Hey everyone, just starting this episode with a little bit of an intro for you. I've ducked down to the blast hole to record this. Obviously everything is a little bit fucked at the moment, so there is something that we want from you. We message us however you can, like Facebook comments, DMs, Instagram comments, DMs, Twitter, message us on there. Essentially what we want from you is your best, like your favorite episodes, favorite guests, favorite moments or whatever. Please send them along to us however you can. We're working on something sort of special because our 2-year anniversary is coming up, and the special thing that we had planned for that, unfortunately, we can't do for the time being because of social distancing and we can't record around each other. We still want to bring episodes to you, and we're going to keep doing that. We're just figuring out sort of the best way possible to do that. I think because of the situation we're in, Andy probably can't go out and get up to as many hijinks, so we might even end up having to talk about the movie. Oh, yuck. That's going to be fun. Please send those along to us. We would really love that. We're going to keep bringing it out to you. We appreciate you guys still listening, so stay safe and stay sane out there. Please, if you can do that, we would absolutely love it. And we will see you guys soon. Enjoy the episode. I expect the best and I give the best. Here's the beer, here's the podcast, now have fun. That's an order. Yeah. Hello, we're joined by Jaime, Jowono, and we watched Starship Troopers for this week's episode.
Yeah. I think it's close though.
It could be close between you and I.
Yeah.
Let's get the bass out and slow jam the news.
Oh, don't encourage Andy.
Go get the bass.
I'm getting back into bass, baby.
Every time he climbs down the ladder to the blast hole these days, he picks up the bass immediately and starts doing some poor quality slapping and popping.
Oh, baby.
What's the blast hole?
It's where you're sitting right now.
It's where we record the pod, Jamie.
In this giant, see this hole that we're in?
No,
we're in a hole.
Kind of like a big hole.
We're in a big hole.
It's a big hole that we drilled.
It would really help.
Oh, I see. No dice.
All right, shall we take a break while you listen to all 100 episodes?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that right now. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're back.
What'd you think?
Terrible.
Yeah, fair
That
enough.
was a huge waste of time.
Which one was the worst episode, you reckon?
Every single one that has Hastings in it.
I don't want to alarm you. That's every single episode.
I see. It felt like I wasn't getting a break.
Yeah.
Do you think people think of this as my podcast?
I think you do.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I don't know. I can tell you what I think about it.
What?
It's not good.
Good or bad,
Yeah, dude.
it's mine.
Yeah. Yes.
That's one of the worst things about it.
If
yeah.
the general
and
consensus...
Andrew Hastings joined. So you know it's going to get 23% on Metacritic or whatever.
Yeah, podcasts are on Metacritic now.
Yeah. All of Andrew Hastings' content is on Metacritic. Do you want to guess what's highest and lowest?
Oh, no. It's not news to me.
Do you want to guess what clocked in at the highest with a 68?
What's
Yeah.
got 68?
I think that would be the Tom Moore sex tape.
No, it was Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, okay.
I don't get it. The movie?
No, it was Hastings and Roses for one of their split bills.
Lucky for him, too. I was really dragging the rating up in that one.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't do it individually, but it said moments of genuine brilliance for Andrew Hastings.
No, Rose wasn't in that show.
Yeah.
I don't believe anything Hastings is involved in has 68% on Metacritic. That's wild.
I think his review for that show was, what was it? Teenage Poetry's Loss is Comedy's Gain or
That
something
was
like
from
that.
Mortal Kombat 1, and that's a great quote.
What? Who said that?
Some guy with a website.
Some bigger loser than you? That's crazy.
Are you right, James?
What did he say?
He said he was giving me a nice review, and he said that teenage poetry's loss is comedy's gain.
That doesn't even make any sense. Teenage poetry, that's not like an institution.
Yeah, it is.
And also, teenage poetry is
saying-
bad.
they're saying
People make fun of teenage poetry.
They're saying,
Yes.
yeah, well, I think they're implying that I would have raised the bar.
Well, here's my review of that critic.
guy's review?
It's not good.
There's something
disagree.
going on here with the noise. Hold on.
Do we need to break for a
I
second?
can hear music.
I can hear music.
I can
Yeah,
hear
it's
music
in
too.
real
Oh,
life.
okay. This is in real life. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's just coming from Gemma's room.
Oh, cool. It's coming through my headphones. I thought it was...
Oh, not your headphones.
Yeah, I thought it was a problem. Let's go back to Hastings.
Yeah.
When are we ever not on Hastings in this
Exactly.
podcast?
we love Hastings. That's
We
why.
do love Hastings.
At 65 on Metacritic, Hastings' new bouldering career. That's it, vaunted to second place in all of his stand-up.
Are there bouldering celebrities?
Yeah, I followed one on Instagram today.
Was it like
Really?
Ziz?
I'll look up his name.
Surely it's just
I got
all
some
those
tragic
dudes who
news for you.
climb like
Why? What happened to Ziz? What happened to the Z-Man?
I got some bad news about your boy.
What happened to my boy Z?
His heart exploded.
Oh no!
is
Was he
hard.
having a good time exercising?
He was
though?
having an unbelievable. He died doing what he loved.
I think.
Was he like
In Bali,
deadlifting
right?
and gabbering at the same time?
Did he die in Bali?
I'm pretty sure he died in
Is that
Bali.
where his soul
That's where his
was
soul
laid
departed
to
his
rest?
body.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
of course
good.
it
That's a
is.
spiritual place.
His soul would go there if
Yeah.
he didn't die there.
His heart exploded and his soul went straight to a shisha bar in Seminyak.
Oh,
Because
right.
his heart was just too big.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
too active
Yeah,
and too big.
he was too glorious of a man.
Too much love to
Yeah.
give.
Yeah.
The name of the bouldering celebrity was Adam Ondra, and he has 500,000 followers on Instagram.
But do you know him?
No, God, he lives
Oh.
in like South America or some shit.
Well, how did you meet him then?
I didn't. I followed him on Instagram.
Oh.
I'm saying the question was, are there bouldering celebrities? I've never met one.
I don't remember that question being asked.
When do you think you make the leap to calling yourself a bouldering celebrity?
I'd say we've got about 30 minutes.
All
Oh,
right.
shit.
Right now, the best climb I've done is a V3. And that was a while ago. Like I'd still struggle with some V2s. That is clearly in the beginner.
What does the V stand for?
I don't know, but it's just it's the grading system.
I'm gonna
That
think of
is
a few
officially in the,
yeah.
Virgin.
That was my
Yes.
immediate one.
hey, why don't you climb some real mountains?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What,
get
you-
some
what are you,
fucking
scared?
get some fucking boulders in your hand, dude.
Oh, it's
Like-
pretty easy when you're in, I don't know, a warehouse. Is that where you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a gym.
You know? Oh, it's
Yeah.
a gym.
It's a gym.
A gym is just a
Bouldering
warehouse.
Gym. It's a
with
bouldering
Much
gym.
harder
It
when
is
you-
quite literally just a warehouse fitted out for bouldering.
Yeah.
It's much harder when you've had fucking 12 beers and you're out there on the Kalitos rooftop trying to fucking climb some boulders.
They call like boulder like holds the ones with like a big like strong grip. They call them jugs.
Man, these
I was
guys
gonna
are
say,
cool.
like, do you have like cool things like where if you fall off the boulder, you're like boulder dash and stuff like that?
There is like bouldering lingo.
They're like, yeah, you fucking hop the juggy, bro.
The sports bra that the women have to wear called the over-shoulder boulder holder.
It is.
Do you have to wear a sports bra?
I don't have to.
But I
In answer to your
certainly
question,
do.
Jamie, right now I'm in the beginner, and my best climb is bordering.
So
on
you haven't
intermediate,
graduated to
and I'm not
sports bra
quite
yet.
Celebrity yet? I'm not. I'm a
Right.
few steps off.
It was
Maybe
Maybe
to like
after you have a
17.
couple mountains under your belt, people will
Yeah.
start taking notice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
when
would
you're going to
enjoy-
climb El Capitan or Half Dome with no harness.
Most,
Fuji.
Yeah, most bouldering climbs
You can just walk
last
up there, I think.
Nah.
under
Climb
a
it.
minute.
Do you think you'd ever like
days.
see like if you went out like on a bushwalk and saw a waterfall? Do you think you'd be like, I'll try bouldering this? Or do
Bouldering
you
is
think-
a very specific thing. Bouldering is like very short, like 2-3 high meter.
So you're
climbs.
saying you wouldn't try it because
Maybe
you're
like
scared?
4 meter climbs.
Hmm.
Probably not. I probably would not try and climb a waterfall.
You know how many meters
Well,
high
they say
a
you shouldn't
mountain
go
is?
chasing
So
waterfalls.
many.
Hundreds.
Thousands sometimes.
Nah.
K2.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Is that the ultimate dream for you?
I think the ultimate dream is probably just like fucking the cute girl who works there. I don't like.
Is
Well,
there?
Girl who
give it
works
up,
in
it's
the
not gonna
kiosk.
happen.
K2, sitting there like blowing bubble gum, twirling her hair.
At my K2.
yes.
My
didn't
bouldering
realize-
gym K2.
I didn't realize how horny this podcast was.
It's a pretty
Oh, it's
horny
actually-
podcast.
I came in with a different
Significantly
energy,
hornier
but
than
I'll
this.
try to adjust as we go along.
All right, I appreciate it.
Well, I see that you've got a boner now, so that's helpful.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't have worn these loose shorts. Or had such a big dick.
Hey, here
I'm
he is.
glad that you did wear the loose shorts and that you have a big dick.
Shut up, Hastings. Shut the fuck up.
It's like it is funny because I guess like when anyone has kind of like a loser interest, when anyone asks like a genuine question, you get really excited.
Yeah.
And on
And it makes you
Sunday,
sound like more of a loser.
on Sunday, me and Hastings were at a gig, and I just was like, "Oh yeah, like how was the bouldering?" And he got very excited and like showed me physically how he did the climb, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't care that much, but like, but good for you,
I was just
man."
looking for like, yeah, good.
Yeah, but it's the same when people are like, "Oh, are you excited about Final Fantasy Remake?" And then I start talking
Yeah.
about
Oh,
materia
yeah.
configurations.
But
and
when's the
people are
last time you had a guest on who was as excited for it as I am?
Never.
Never, really.
I don't think so.
Man, we should have done a Final Fantasy movie. There are no rules to this podcast, right?
No, we
Yeah,
could have
not
done
really.
Final
I mean, we've done
Fantasy. We
Venom.
could have done Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
yeah.
Spirits Within.
We could have done Spirits Within, or we could have done Advent Children.
Yeah.
We could get Jamie back for the pod.
Yeah.
Advent Children.
I would love
Children
to
is
get
kind of a
Rose-
teens
I would
movie.
absolutely love to get Rose's take on any Final Fantasy film.
I don't think you would.
I would enjoy it.
I'm not like a huge Final Fantasy fan. I don't really give a shit.
Well, the movies aren't that. What would you say? Do you think Advent
I
Children's
enjoy
any
them.
good?
It's pretty. It's very nice to look at.
Yeah.
What was the one that came out in cinemas when I was a kid?
Spirits Within.
I saw
Spirits
that
Within.
at the
Yeah.
movies.
That's
I did-
bad.
I
That's
didn't know
not
Final
good.
Fantasy was a video game.
She was Aki Ross was also like one of she was in Maxip,
Yeah.
even though she's
Ross,
completely
is
digital.
Is Aki Ross Ross from Friends with carpal tunnel syndrome?
Yes. Rachel, my hands hurt.
Oh, I'm Aki Ross.
Oh, shout out to regular listener Ross from Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, really? Schwimmer?
No.
Yeah, we got the Schwim dog.
Holy
Swim
shit.
dog.
Oh, I apologize.
He loves every episode.
He
We-
loves when I boulder.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
thinks it's cool.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, you're the first. Oh, I guess Bensley likes Final Fantasy, but we didn't really talk about it much on the
Right,
podcast
right.
because it's not about Final Fantasy.
This podcast?
No.
Okay.
Do you want to leave?
Much as you try to make it.
Yeah, I've tried a couple of times.
Yeah, me and you went to an orchestra
Yeah, we
that
did.
was all just Final Fantasy music.
We did, and we had a lovely time.
And hey, get this. I got some hot goss for your listeners who've been following since the beginning. Jamie smoked the devil's lettuce before we went into the orchestra.
Yeah, we did.
I'm so angry.
Well, we've been
Bit of
twice.
Satan's
We've been
spinach.
to two orchestras. We only smoked at one of them. The other one,
No, we smoked at one of them afterwards because we got drunk before.
man, I don't. Oh no, I do remember this.
Yeah. Because that was the one we got drunk before, and famous room runner and promoter Anthony Skinner. We were just kind of. Oh no, was that the second one?
Chilsey
Or the first
himself?
one?
That
Yeah,
was
the
at the
second one.
ICC.
Yeah, we were at the ICC and we were just fucking like stoned off our nut listening to this
Yes.
relaxing music, and we went like halfway through, and then Anthony Skinner, producer, podcast maven, and room runner extraordinaire, just like blitzed past us and was clearly on cocaine and was just like listing all the songs that he liked the most, and we were just
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I was like, that's what we should have done.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
should.
that's how
Yeah,
I-
we were
He's
like,
having a way better time than I
yeah,
am.
he's fucking feeling the music. We're just sitting here like goons.
He shoved past someone in Tifa cosplay. He's-
Yeah.
When I
He
went
has
to Zelda,
purpose.
one of those, I went with my mum, and I just spent the whole time being like, "Man, I wish I could just be doing cocaine."
Man,
right
that story sucks compared to our story. Our story was way better than that. No one even got high in that story.
You haven't copped a pasting like this for a while.
Now. What? That's not true. I hang out with Jamie Jowono all the time.
Not on, not
on pod,
recorded.
No.
Oh,
How is
man.
that hanging with Hastings all the time?
It's taken its toll. I think it's time to ease up a little bit. And I chose this podcast to come in here and tell you personally.
So we're not gonna
And I
hang
need
out.
my space.
Yeah, that's true. I am always bashing.
It's like, well, see,
That's true.
Hastings with the bouldering and like the friends, he's a very cute creature, Hastings.
Thank you.
I think he's a very cute, very adorable man. And for the first time, like you guys started hanging out, he like looked at me once and he was just like, "I'm getting pretty close to Jamie."
See, that's the kind of shit you got to cut out, right? You got to stop showing all this vulnerability. You hang out with the cruelest people on planet Earth.
Does he say it to you when you're hanging out? You just like fucking rip a huge one. He's like, "We're so close."
No,
right
no.
now."
He knows that if I said that, I would break the bong on a table and gouge his fucking eyes out with it.
Yeah, but didn't you buy him one?
Yeah, and then he broke it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that
you
is
bought.
true.
But that was another one. He
I was
was
very
like,
touched by
yeah,
that.
he was. Yeah, he kept saying I was very touched by
Very
it.
touched. You've given me at least $100 in weed throughout our friendship
I think you're
for free.
really lowballing that.
No. Man, we could probably work it out
Yeah.
if your listeners want to listen to like math for the next 35 minutes.
Then we could do how much you owe me in cigarettes.
No, I don't want to do that one.
I don't want to do that one either
That-
for me.
Yeah, that one might be a bit astronomical for Jamie.
Yeah.
Less so for you.
Not great
What?
for me.
Not great for you.
I just
But-
don't smoke anymore.
Yeah.
It's nice. You guys should quit smoking. It's better.
No.
You asked him for a dart like a week ago.
Yeah, but like one every 2 weeks is hardly being a smoker.
How will
I reckon
people
I'm on a
tell I'm
data
cool
format.
if I don't smoke?
How would I
They
have
won't.
such a beautiful radio voice? If
That's true.
Yeah. I'm aiming to sound
it's
like
so feminine.
Harvey Firestein. Just
Harvey
by the end of
Fierstein?
it. Yeah.
Who the fuck is
The guy
Harvey
from the
Fierstein?
guy who plays in Simpson and Delilah, the gay dude who's his assistant when Homer gets the new hair.
Yeah.
He's also just done a bunch of other shit.
Mrs.
Oh,
Doubtfire.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's got
yeah.
that really croaky voice.
Yeah.
Carl is his name.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like-
but not
yeah.
so with the K, not like C, like his friend Carl.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Jamie, you got a haircut. It looks very nice.
Oh, thank you.
I also should tell you that in the last 3 days, I've mistaken 2 Asian women for you.
Really?
Yeah, twice.
Do you know them personally?
Nope.
Okay, well then I
One
don't care
was
about
at
this
the
story.
not mistaken.
Yeah,
but
we
like,
did it on Saturday.
Like not mistaken. As in saw them and goes, that's Jamie. Oh wait, no, it's not.
Where was this?
One was.
Did they
near the
also have a
Woolpack.
thin and wispy moustache?
Yeah, I haven't shaved in a few days.
One was when I was having a beer with James at the Woolpack the other
Mm-hmm.
night.
and we got pretty excited. We're like, there's Jamie Jowono. Oh,
And then
Jamie Jew. Oh no!
what was she wearing?
she was
That's a
kind
she's
of
good
wearing
like,
question.
a Mustard Tower Records t-shirt,
Yeah.
black
Yeah.
skinny jeans,
Yeah.
That's all I wear.
Jeffrey Dahmer glasses.
That sounds like me.
it probably was.
Big fat stinky dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And as soon as we like pointed at you, you ran off.
The
Yeah,
stick
yeah,
Scurried
yeah.
away.
only outmatched by its size.
Yeah.
The next time was the next day at my bouldering gym. I saw it. Me and Yvette was like, "Is that Jamie Jowono?" No.
Really? You thought I was like secretly bouldering?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, for a second, I was like, "That can't."
Do you think that about a lot of people?
Comedians who go bouldering without me, I'm secretly so angry. at.
Are there comedians that go bouldering without you?
Yeah, like ones I'm not super close with.
Oh
Like
my
the ones
God.
that
But
live
there are
in, like,
people who have
Melbourne?
the same interest
like
as
Chen
you.
and Rath both go bouldering.
Do you like the idea that maybe like a comic of higher stature than you might be there and strike up a friendship with you based on bouldering that you can then exploit for comedy purposes later
But
on?
wait.
This is a strategy I'm actively employing.
I
But wait,
figured.
let's be clear with this scenario. By a comedian of the higher stature, we mean anybody.
Yeah. This is true.
Oh no! Damn, I'm about to go back to the old me.
Even people who are just there to boulder, they're a
Yeah.
comedian of a higher stature.
Yeah,
than
yeah.
you.
Just the idea that they could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Anyway, enough about my cool hobby. Maybe I should put boulder in my Tinder bio.
I'm
No.
surprised you haven't.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
I
not
should.
in there
I think that'd
already.
Be a real cool
I'm
move.
surprised. Does Tinder do video yet for
Yeah,
the?
you do like GIF. things.
So why don't you do like a fucking GIF of you making that hard to reach climb?
Are you asking me like in character on pod, or are you just actually asking me as a person? Because I can answer both.
Isn't it exactly the same?
Yeah, the lines are pretty blurred.
Yeah, I think we found the line between Real Hastings and
so
podcast
so Hastings
sense.
on the podcast would do that. Real
Hastings on the
Hastings-
podcast has already done it.
Yeah, he's already cleaned up
Yeah.
from it.
I think that
I don't notice much of a difference between real Hastings and podcast Hastings.
Yeah, nor do I.
Real Hastings would think that's a pretty grotesque thing to do. I think.
People are already doing it. I see girls doing it.
Yeah,
on there.
people, not Hastings.
So what
Yeah, Hastings is not people.
what are things that are cooler than that instead that you would put on?
Yeah, what would you do? Like a boomerang of you on stage?
I have a photo of me on stage on my Tinder bio.
Would you do one of you
But would you
smoking
do a
drugs?
boomerang?
I don't think I would do a boomerang, period. And no, I wouldn't do... But I
Yeah,
have 420
yeah, like-
in my bio, and it has actually increased the matches I've gotten.
We've discussed this.
But I wouldn't put a photo of me, smoking.
What about a
marijuana.
cool gif of you doing some vape tricks?
Yeah, I mean, I've already got 3 of them, so... you do the math.
Yeah, let's talk about Final Fantasy again.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Okay, I'll go.
When's the
and sit
release
over there
date
for a
pushed
while.
to? I know it got pushed.
10th of April.
10th of
Oh, that's
April.
like pretty soon.
I think they should push it 10 days later.
Yeah,
I'm listening.
You see what's
I
going
got
on.
it.
Ah, but the thing, right? The
That'll be
thing
a
is,
fucking
the
good
thing
Friday.
is that because of the year, the entire month is
Yeah.
420.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's the weed
That's the
year.
first
That's
day of
crazy.
Festival.
2020.
I have not thought about that until right
Yeah.
now. That's incredible.
It's
Yeah.
a festival.
Holy shit! This year, we are so blessed.
Yeah.
To be alive in this time.
Hastings' apartment in April will be insufferable with
Yeah,
people
because it's
having
always
that
so
knowledge.
cool other times.
Oh.
It's great being in there just any time of the day.
I got a new
You kind of
apartment.
sounded like a monkey when you were laughing just then.
Nice. I got a new apartment, Jamie. You should
Yeah,
come
I haven't
and check
seen
out.
it yet. I haven't seen. I'll visit
Come
at
around
some
after
point.
Norfolk tonight if you catch my drift.
No, I don't see what you're saying to me.
Oh.
What is
I'm
happening?
gonna fuck you.
Well, then I certainly won't be there.
Oh my lord.
That
Yeah,
makes
because
sense.
you'll be at my place.
Yes, precisely. Continuing this podcast for the 7th hour.
Is that a bit we should discuss on the podcast? Is for quite a while you were ironically trying to fuck me.
Yeah, you see, I don't know what you're talking about now.
What's irony?
This is news to me.
Is
I
it the bit is news to you or the irony is news?
just any of this. Any of this. Me having sex? That doesn't
Me
happen.
talking to you?
Yeah. This is the first time we've met.
It is. But
No.
you know, you'd like to create a backstory as though we're all friends.
That's true.
And
That's
we're
true.
not paying you handsomely to be here.
I kind of live in this fortress, this maze, if you will, of bits and jokes, and you gotta go in there and walk around and sort of find. You get to the core of me. You got to do a little bit of exploring.
You got to get to that gooey center. It takes 2 to 3 years of friendship before
That's
you
true.
can. Get
I have to
him
pretend to
open
want to
up.
fuck you
Yeah.
for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so we're still in the bit. Okay,
Yeah,
I see.
of course. And it's like I had to explain it to you just then because you
Yeah.
seemed a little lost.
I made
That's
it.
what's happening.
I made it through the other side.
Yeah.
Jamie used to
What
do-
happens at the end? Do you actually root?
I have sex with you.
Yeah.
Jamie used to do a bit
He
to
really
me
does.
where he'd say, "I'm going to grab your dick," and then he'd chase me around whatever. This is like a real thing.
Yeah, I remember. I've seen it.
We've all witnessed this.
Yeah, and he would chase me around trying to grab my dick.
Which Jamie?
Jamie Jowono.
The cool Jamie.
The one who can run.
It was less of a bit. It was more of like a dominating.
Yeah.
I was actually trying to do it.
Yeah, I'm the alpha. Oh,
Well, I
look at this
started
tiny
trying
little...
to do it to you.
Look
but
at me
it wasn't-
jack off this tiny little pecker.
Shaking it like
But it
that.
comes straight away.
Look at it spurt its little load. Pathetic. Look, it's barely even touched my
Exactly.
hands.
See, he gets it. This is why he made it on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie came to my wedding.
I did.
Yeah.
I came to your wedding in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
Nevada, Las Vegas.
Still bummed I didn't.
Ooh,
go.
Made
Las
a lot of-
Vegas.
made
Ain't
a
that
lot of-
place for a poor girl like me.
Made a lot of jokes about objecting to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone-
That seems like something you would do.
Did not in the end.
Well, just no one gave me
thankfully.
the opportunity to. Someone tipped off the pastor or whatever the fuck he was.
Yeah, that was me.
That old bitch.
But that's not a thing in weddings.
Whoever that guy was who married you.
Yeah, I fucked
Yeah.
up that part of the wedding too.
How did you do it?
What did you fuck up?
He asked me to like put my hand down to like swear on the Bible, and I put it up like for a high five.
Did you zig heil?
No, I just like put it up like yeah, I had it
put
like
your
that.
hand on the Bible and you immediately.
Yeah,
Well,
that was
I went
my
to a
patriotic
wedding.
reaction
Yeah.
to it.
I went to a wedding at the end of like 2018, and it was like a church wedding down in Wollongong, and there was like one bit where like the priest was like, "Can everyone like offer your hand out as like a way to like send some sort of good vibes
pray
or
over
whatever
them."
to the couple or whatever?" But it just looked like an
Yeah.
entire room full of people doing the zig heil.
Yes,
it was
yes.
wild.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
half the room doing a zig heil and half like doing the like kind of limp wrist gay hand.
Yeah.
It's just two different voices coming through.
Yeah.
The hardest and softest.
Yeah.
It's like, hi.
Fuck yeah. What kind of church was it? Like a big Christian city Hillsongy one, or like a small like?
Was there a
It's just
steeple?
like a
One.
little local like Catholic church.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So there probably would have been a steeple.
Jamie was a Hillsong kid.
I don't know.
I went to Hillsong. I dedicated my life to Christ.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm going to get into heaven. I'm good. I'm good for the rest of my life. I can do whatever I want.
How much, like, just between you and me?
Yeah, okay. And the 8 people tuning in.
What was like?
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Hey, we have 100 of listeners.
Really? Well, then they're all going to be mad at me, I guess, after I just said that.
What was like how much pussy? Like, did you get being in Hillsong?
There was a little bit of fingering
Yeah,
going
that's
on.
sick.
There was some Christian fingering going on in that church, I'll tell you that
Yeah.
much.
When you
I'm going to about blow the whole lid on this.
Weren't you a fucking hound though when you were in your 20s and you
No,
had
oh,
red hair?
no.
Still in his
You're
20s.
always saying
Yeah.
that, like you were like, I
I
was
don't
out and
know.
I had my
I'm not
hair
a
dyed like
hound.
Jared Way and I was fucking fist deep in this one and
Ooh, that's something else we could all talk about is My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, we absolutely
I
can.
actually
Do we have
some,
to?
I have a little bit of insight.
A new
into
new
Jamie's-
update as well. I like another Hayley Williams song.
Oh yeah, her EP's good. I'm coming around on it.
It was good.
Oh,
yeah. One time I was hooking up with this girl for like a few months or whatever.
was it your wife?
And one time she was like, "Hey, do you know this guy?" It says he's a comedian on his Tinder, and it showed me a photo of Jamie, but it was clearly from 5 years earlier, and he has bright red hair and like what's the word I'm looking for? Like deliberately getting his like bicep in shot. Like,
Yeah, well,
like
he used to have.
When did
If you
you
see
have,
like
like,
photos
bright
of
red
him, he
hair?
had
When I was,
fucking.
like-
Yeah.
He had shirts with the
I'm
sleeves
sure
cut
it was,
off.
Yeah.
like he looked great in the photo.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I'm
know,
sure
but
it
I
was
ju-
a-
it's
I was a little punk.
It's just so funny because like you
Wait,
can't.
can I find these on your Facebook?
Yeah.
They're probably on my Facebook. They're no longer on my
man.
Tinder. Those photos are from like when I was like...
Man,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go and
yeah.
find
This
this
happened to you.
right
I was living in
now.
Redfern when this
Yeah,
happened.
but you
I
can-
may not have even been on Tinder at that time.
Well,
Yeah.
you matched with a girl. I was hooking
But
up
it
with.
just doesn't.
No. What was her name?
Jamie. But spelled, I'm not going to spell it. Her name was Jamie. though. Not spelled like either of your
What's her
ways.
street address?
Yeah, she not spelled like either of your ways to spell Jamie, but I'm not going to spell it.
But that's the only 2 ways to spell it.
Yeah.
There's a different way.
Yeah, it's like the wrong way.
This woman don't
You
sound
just-
right.
She don't.
She
she
don't.
sounds like
She don't.
sucks.
She don't sound right.
Yeah.
She was cool.
Oh, I see what's happening here. Hastings make this up.
I actually know this woman because one time. Can I tell this story?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So one time,
What?
we were walking down Redfern. We were walking down like Redfern Street on the
What
way
year was
to a
it?
pub. This was like last
year ago,
year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the season?
Probably
was
autumn.
summer.
Oh, was it?
summer.
I remember because of the outfit.
So it's a,
Okay, yeah.
it's a beautiful
so
summer.
It's a beautiful
day.
summer
Oh,
day.
I see
You're
this.
sweating like a goddamn maniac.
I'm drenched head to
was,
toe in
yeah.
sweat. I brought a grey shirt out. It was a bad choice.
He brought out his best summer grey shirt.
Yeah. I was
see.
I was panting out loud in front of the woman, and we just ran into this woman and her boyfriend. And Hastings was like, "Oh, hi."
We're friendly.
Yes,
Like,
I know you're. Just let me fucking tell it.
You look so different.
Oh yeah.
looks like Reese
Look at
Nicholson
that,
in
look
that
at that
photo.
little spunk.
Yeah, you were a little twink.
Spunky boy.
Yeah, you must have got destroyed. Like,
Oh, I did.
so
When
yeah.
did you start becoming you now? Man, not till quite
Well,
recently.
I'm always changing
Well, he
up
had,
my
he had
He's a
look.
different hair when we
shapeshifter.
met him.
I had just like an Asian fringe cut for a while.
It was an emo French.
Yeah, sure. I guess that's what it was.
It was. I was
It
very
like a
upset when you
nerdy
started doing
emo
comedy. I was
fringe,
very
I
angry.
guess. You were like, this guy kind of looks like me, but better, and is also funnier than me.
And his dick
Fuck.
stinks
And
so
that
much worse.
stink, that smell, holy shit.
It's such a powerful stench.
Everybody in the room is captivated by this stench.
Yeah. But somehow the smell adds to the charisma.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you better believe.
Anyway, so we're
Goddamn
talking
right.
to this girl.
Yeah, so we're talking to this girl, and Hastings stops, and she's with this guy, and Hastings is like very friendly, talking to her, being like, "Oh yeah, we're going to a gig. I haven't seen you in ages. It'd be cool if we like hang out at some point." And
Oh,
she
I
was,
remember this
she was
story.
like, "Okay." And then we walked maybe 2 steps away from her, so not nearly out of earshot. And Hastings was like, "Man, can't wait till she breaks up with her boyfriend so I can fuck her again." And then just starts describing her body to me, and I'm just like, I'm like right behind you. She's right behind, and Hastings is like, "Yeah, I know."
Maybe I wanted to
gross.
hear.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think you
That's
knew.
that's what you said at the time as well. You said maybe I want her to hear,
No.
and then you gave me a cheeky little grin.
She's great.
You gave him a little cheeky grin, but then the front of your pants filled up with piss. Like you pissed your pants.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, well,
he
I
also
mean,
pissed his pants.
Yeah.
I don't have full, control of my
Yeah.
facilities.
He
I
pissed-
know.
He pissed his pants, but then bullied me by being like, "Jamie, how come you sweat all over my shorts? You fat slob."
Ooh, that sweat's stinky.
Jamie, why does your sweat smell like piss? dude?
Why you
Stinks of
Why are you
piss.
sweating at my dick hole, dude?
Well,
I'm so
best
mad
I
at you for
better
making it
go
look like I
home.
pissed myself, which I
Yeah.
didn't.
And I believed it too. I just spent the whole time being like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I need to get on the treadmill. I
Somebody
need
could just
to."
get me a
You
Gatorade.
gaslit your best friend, bro.
I just need to hydrate.
So
I'm
dehydrated.
dangerously underweight, overweight right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
For those not listening, Jamie's a much larger man than an average. Just to help illustrate.
Doing descriptive captioning.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Jamie's actually.
Welcome to Will Just Tell Your Mother.
Rose
We
is a
Hate
vision
It
of
All, a
beauty.
podcast about teen sex comedies and things thereabouts.
Oh, I see.
This week we're doing Starship Troopers. It's a 1997 American satirical military science fiction action film directed by Paul Verhoeven and written by Edward Neumeier. It originally came from an unrelated script called Bug Hunt at Outpost 9, but eventually licensed the name Starship Troopers from the science fiction novel by Robert A. Heinlein. The story follows a young soldier named Johnny Rico and his exploits in the Mobile Infantry, a futuristic military unit. Rico's military career progresses from recruit to non-commissioned officer and finally to officer against the backdrop of an interstellar war between mankind and an insectoid species known as arachnids. What'd you think?
Well, we're joined by special guest. Jamie
Oh, yeah.
Jowono.
Oh, hello.
Jamie Jowono, you might know him from.
Yes. Oh, what would they know me
Yeah.
from? No, I don't know. Nothing.
Defunct
You used to
podcast.
have
Talent.
Defunct
Scout.
podcast talent scout.
He puts a lot of effort into podcasts for about 6 months and then ditches them for other ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
famous
What did
for
you,
that.
game babies?
Game
Is that what it
babies.
was?
Still
Yeah.
active, I
It's-
believe. You
no,
can.
no.
The Facebook page is
destroyed
there.
all evidence of that ever
The Facebook
existed.
page still exists.
Well, thanks for letting me know. I'm going to go home.
No, you won't.
Wipe it.
Because I use it to occasionally like my own memes.
I'm going to wipe it from the servers.
No, you won't.
Meanwhile, Manic Pixie Dreamcast, most popular podcast in the world.
Yeah, that's right. 2
The
episodes.
podcast that never was.
Hey, we did two
What the hell?
Two
What was
episodes.
that? Who
Did
was
you
that?
actually
Me and Jamie. We
did-
just,
but
but
did
we
you
were
ac-
actually riffing about video games.
Yeah,
It
but
wasn't
did you
like,
actually
oh,
put
What
them up
games did you
anywhere?
talk
Yeah, they're
about?
up.
I can't
Really?
remember.
Yeah, you can find them. We just kind of like just general games, and then we had like a game.
What's
that-
what's
We did like a
general
lot of
games?
Pokemon stuff.
yeah.
None of these are answers. You didn't just like do
I
a
don't- it was
game
like 2
for...
years ago.
No,
I don't
no,
remember
no.
it.
We kind of like
Yes.
talked about gaming news, and then we focused on like one game we were
I
playing.
see.
Yeah.
Man, it sounds so shit.
Yeah, it does. It actually does. You should take it off the Powerbomb
It was met with
website.
indifference, but
Yeah.
only because we didn't promote it, market it,
No,
or
no
do
one
anything.
in the world
It's
does.
kind of
And
like
it's
a
got
secret.
you guys in it.
Yeah, well, that's
True.
the drawing point.
Yeah, that's the sell,
Okay.
baby.
You got to rethink. You got to rethink everything. Every project you've ever been a part of.
I thought
Although it is a bummer for me that didn't work out, because that means that they're like, video game chat has remained on this pod.
Man, we talk about video games more when you're not around.
Oh, I know.
we do love them.
I had a
I
beer
love
with
video
you
games.
like
Yeah.
2 days ago, and I
You
just
came over.
endured a lot of video game chat.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
talking
back
about
into
Outer
games.
Worlds.
Oh,
At least
yeah.
I'm trying a bit more now to
I
engage
appreciate
with
that,
it.
Rose. I do.
I haven't played that one.
It's
yet.
great.
I want to get into
you
it.
fucking love it, especially
Yeah.
Jamie Jowono.
Can you pork in it?
Yeah, I believe so, but I'm not.
Well, then
up
I
to
would
that yet.
love it. You're right.
At the moment, I'm involved in like a really cute like lesbian subplot where my like assistant.
You're playing
friend
as a
is-
girl.
Do
No,
tell.
I have like I have a companion who's a girl who's
Yeah.
like in love with this girl. It's pretty cute.
Jamie,
Well,
what are your favorite
tell me
pork
more.
scenes in video games?
Yeah, that's a good
Oh.
question actually. I'm into
Yeah.
this.
Man, I don't know. There's been so many great ones.
Go on.
Most ones in Mass Effect. The Mass
Yeah,
Effect trilogy.
I
are
thought you
really
might
good.
mention Mass Effect.
Yeah.
And who do you like to pork in that trilogy?
Tali.
Oh yeah, because she's got that
She's-
mask.
Yeah, and that kind of. I like it when they wear a mask.
I like a bit of mask play.
I was like, wow, they sorted me out in this game. They're finally recognizing.
Yeah.
you
Fable
know.
2 gave you the option of wearing a condom. Like you'd like start the like sequence, and then it'll be like, we put on condom, yes, no.
Is
Yeah,
that
and have to,
because
like,
you
have-
can procreate, or
Yeah.
just because it makes you feel like a sick
But
lad?
it's set in a fantasy world, so
I'm going
There's a
in
shaka
bed.
and it
yeah,
says-
just like when you press yes, it calls your pussy, and then goes back to the choice until you say no, and it goes high score. Peter Molyneux's like, we don't wear Johnnies in England, and also this sex is gonna be fucking intergalactic, and then it releases and it's bare bones
yeah,
features.
and
a
it's
little bit
like
of a
you said I
Peter
would have all these
Molyneux joke.
choices in the sex. It kind of seems like I
Yeah.
come really quick.
Yeah,
either
he's
way.
like, missionary's the only choice, really.
I just want to be able to put a mask on the girl. That's my main thing.
So
But
what-
you had condoms in your inventory, and they would like it would tell you in the description.
Do you
thing-
craft them?
No, they're
Were
sheepskin.
they brands?
No, you just buy sheepskin. Like they're made not sheepskin, sorry, sheep like intestine.
Oh, I see.
It's like those, and yeah, it's pretty full on. But I like that for the condom element.
hey, that's a great idea.
You-
Sheep intestine.
Yeah,
Isn't that what they do for people with latex allergies?
I think they have
Like
a better
lambskin
thing now.
condoms or
Well,
something?
the
It's
skin,
wool.
The skin brand.
Pure merino
Yeah, you
wool.
wear a sock on your dick.
Yeah.
Holy
Skin branded
shit.
condoms aren't latex.
Right.
Yeah, you can use them if you.
Really?
Yeah, I know that because I slept with a girl with a latex
God damn.
allergy.
Oh,
If you
really?
don't get
I
a
thought only
sponsorship out
guys
of
got
this.
latex allergies.
No, it turns out women hate condoms too.
Yeah.
I think just a lot more guys have them.
Every single woman also has a latex allergy because they just like to feel better.
It's really
Yeah.
important to be safe.
Hmm.
I'm actually waiting on some STI results at the moment.
Oh,
you're
what
sweating?
fun.
Oh no, like no symptoms. I just like it's my regular every 3-month test. Get tested regularly. Go.
What a fun, cool life.
How many? You should be getting tested every 3
Jamie's
months.
never been tested.
I can't get a disease.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have sex,
Yes.
then
Yeah.
He's always wearing the
Everyone should be
mask.
getting
That's
tested.
why.
Yeah. That's my form of
Yeah.
protection.
If he's wearing the mask, it doesn't do anything.
yeah.
what did you think of Starship Troopers?
Oh, it's so wonderful. What a great movie.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid. It's probably my favorite movie I've watched this year.
What's
Oh
your
my God.
what's,
I fucking love
It's
it.
so good.
what's your history with it?
Oh, I
Go around the table.
First movie of that level of violence that
Ooh.
I watched
So violent.
when I was like maybe 9 or 10.
Yeah, I was probably about 10 or 11, I think, when I watched this. and
Yeah.
I was a bit like
I
13,
was
14.
far too young to appreciate what was going on.
Oh, but-
I remember like seeing that like co-ed shower scene
Oh yeah.
and like, what?
Do you know there's a funny backstory to that co-ed show?
I
Since
should
this is a
talk- we
movie
should talk about
podcast,
this.
I
Yeah.
read this on the
You
Wikipedia
know,
article.
yes, yes. So
if,
the
for
director,
listener, if you don't know, the director
Paul
continue.
Verhoeven, who
Yeah.
also did classics such as RoboCop.
Right.
Did you say Babe Pig in the
Showgirls,
City?
Showgirls.
I don't think he did Babe Pig in the
Oh, he
City.
did
He
do
didn't do Babe Pig in
Well,
He
Showgirls-
didn't?
No.
Showgirls
Man, I've watched
2,
that movie
Babe
too many
Pig in the
times.
City.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. The sequel to Showgirls.
Yeah.
But
Hollow
for that
Man.
scene, the cast had a big
Did he do
problem.
Hollow Man? That
Yeah.
movie creeped me out. I didn't like it.
You could see a hollow penis in it though, which
All
is
of
pretty
his
funny.
movies are so
Pretty funny.
horny.
Yeah, he's
crazy.
he's Dutch, man.
for Showgirls, he was like, I'm going to ditch all the action elements of my movies and just focus on the horniness.
Really get back to basics.
Yeah.
Showgirls, I think, is sick. I love it.
Anyway, what were you saying about the shower scene, Jack?
Right.
Yes.
So, the cast had a problem with appearing nude in this famous co-ed shower scene. So, to get them
Particularly
to agree to
because
do
it's like all you see is tits.
Yeah.
Like you don't, see any of the
anyone's
guys'
dick.
dicks
No
or anything
way.
like
No
that.
Wish
way.
you could.
No, that would bump the rating up to like a hard
Yeah,
R.
it would probably. Yeah, it would be.
I thought this was a hard R.
This is an MA 15 plus
Yeah.
vehicle.
Right.
But to get the cast to feel more comfortable, the director agreed to be completely naked behind the camera while they shoot the scene.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick of him.
Mad
Yeah.
respect.
That's awesome.
It's like that's his commitment to seeing titties.
Yeah.
Is he like, I will do it?
But don't you reckon
I
maybe
have called
that
Denise Richards his bluff.
Jesus.
Oh, it hurt.
Oh, have you hurt yourself?
You're
I just
absolute
banged my
klutz.
shin
You've hurt
against the
yourself with your
table.
buffoonery? What a shock to all of us.
Don't you reckon that it's like it feels like it's so close to being Me Too? It's like, yeah, we didn't actually want him to direct in the nude, but he insisted.
Fine, I will do it. And they're like, no,
No,
just
no, Paul, that's fine.
Cut-
No, I'm taking my pants off.
I prefer if you cut the scene. I'm already hard.
It will make you more comfortable.
Would it make you more comfortable if I was jacking off? Hey, Harvey Weinstein got convicted today, speaking of that sort of behavior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
What
What's
does
the
that
official,
mean?
we'll just tell you mother we had it all. What?
What has happened
Convicted.
to him?
He's gone to jail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For how long?
Probably the rest of his
Probably
life.
forever, right? He's
Yeah.
pretty
Really?
old.
He'll
I don't know
probably
what the
kill
actual-
himself in jail.
I don't know what the
Yeah.
actual sentence was.
Or the Clintons will
Oh,
do
God.
it.
Epstein, Weinstein,
yeah.
Milstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, we see
exactly.
where you're going with this, Rose. I also hate him, if you catch my drift.
Oh, I thought that was actually a pretty good riff, to be honest.
Yeah, but I'm always very happy to call you racist.
What?
Because they're Jewish names, Rose.
Yeah, but they rhyme with
Yeah,
scream.
no. I see what you were
They
doing.
rhyme because they're all extremely Jewish.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, Starship Troopers.
Wait, what's the official? We'll just tell you mother we had it all stance on Weinstein.
Well, I probably don't want to, bring down a comedy podcast by
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
into a
My official
horrendous
stance is
man.
that he's innocent. Go- no,
Oh,
That's your
God.
personal stance?
no, not as in a comedy character. Sure.
I think he should write.
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Guys
He
are
should.
scum.
Just personally.
yeah.
I think
Brave.
Weinstein should write.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like.
I agree.
Anyway, this movie fucking rules.
Yeah, it's
Tell
really,
me
really
everything
good.
that you love about it.
I think it's so funny. I think it's so funny.
It is hilarious.
The propaganda, like the intercut, like propaganda stuff, is
Yeah.
sick. It's
So the book it's based on is like really
Yeah.
depressing, and it's like a critique of like
It's like
fascism.
super right
No,
wing,
isn't it?
right?
No,
Apparently, it's very right wing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a fascist fantasy novel.
Oh,
Yeah.
like a fascist
Yeah.
utopia kind
Yeah.
of
Well,
thing.
it's like look how into the fuck because the whole thing is these
Yeah,
guys are so
yeah.
militaristic.
Yeah, be a
stuff.
good
There's
citizen.
no irony in the book. It's the
No,
same.
it's not funny at all.
Yeah.
But that's fun. Another funny thing about the director, this guy rules, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If just watching RoboCop isn't enough, because that
Paul
movie was
Verhoeven.
fucking
That movie
amazing.
does rule.
But he also said that he read like the first 2 chapters of the book and was like, "This is depressing."
Yeah.
And then he was
Yeah.
like,
He's like, it's boring where the
Yeah.
It's like-
titties.
it was like a-
I will take
He
off my
made-
pants if it
Yeah.
makes you more
wasn't it like
comfortable.
made
two
like a
different
PA.
stories mixed together. Like he had
I
the
don't
book
know.
and there was a script and he smashed it.
It sounds like to me some guy wrote the script and
Sort of based off
wholesale ripped it off and then got caught by it and was like, no, it's an original story, and then they had to
"No,
spend
Hollywood
the money
does
to
that
get
shit.
the
They'll like have a
rights.
script and be like, "Oh, we can make it an adaptation
yeah,
of something,
that's
like
I think that's what
retroactively."
I think that's what I read.
Well,
out.
they,
think that's
they,
what
they
happened.
reverse engineered it a little bit,
They, like,
like
changed the
changed the
names.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're living in Argentina, but they're all American.
Yeah.
Well,
Buenos
that's
Aires,
that's
baby.
the
They've all got
future.
names
That's
like
the beautiful
post-race.
utopia they live in.
Yeah.
My grandfather's from Buenos Aires.
Is he? Is he a Nazi?
How did he die?
He's still alive.
How? Oh, he's still with us.
And when was he?
My parents were.
And when did
18
he?
when it happened.
My
grandparents are 55.
When did he
Holy
decide
shit.
to? When did
They're
he
very young.
decide to move there? Like 1946.
Yeah.
He wasn't alive.
Does he ever refer to some guy in his past named the Commandant?
Does he still look funny when it like at the staff when he's at a bank?
The actual story is also racist. If you want to hear that, like,
Yeah.
not as bad as an escaped Nazi.
I don't want to
Yes.
hear
He
it.
was like, it was a lot of like English colonialism shit, and he was basically like a British family in Argentina as part of that weird.
Oh my
like-
god, this is so boring.
Oh fuck! I forgot. We've got to bring this up.
Yeah.
So you know how we've talked in past about how Hastings has a long family history.
Oh,
of
yeah, for sure.
Heart disease.
no, of his like on his
Just don't say his last name.
Of
yeah, on his
failed comedy.
dad's side, they're all failed comedians.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that
yeah,
till
yeah,
after I
yeah.
started comedy.
Wow.
Well, it turned out at first Hastings thought it was just one guy, and then Hastings' dad got drunk at the wedding.
At the wedding?
And bailed me up because I was like, "This is so interesting that you've got another failed comedian." No, sorry, that makes it sound so rude.
I was there. You did say
yeah. I know.
literally did say
But
that.
I'm
That's
trying to
what
be
you said, and you were right.
but I'm trying to be nice.
Stop it.
Okay, so I said, "You've got another failed comedian." And he goes, "Mate, there's not just one, there's generations
What
of
the
them."
fuck?
So he was like telling me about all these other failed
So
One
Hastingses
of them died
We've
on a park bench.
after bombing.
We've told
Drunk.
this story before.
After
After he bombed.
We don't know
Yeah.
that he bombed.
He bombed. He
That's
definitely
the dream,
bombed.
huh?
He was doing the
They were like
famous.
alcoholics
He was
and
doing the
stuff.
famous
Yeah.
English vaudevillian bit "Ass Baby,"
Yeah.
and he died.
like that.
But then, Hastings'
Ass
dad
Baby.
sent Hastings like a picture the other day that Hastings shared with me, and it was of like a headshot of the comedian
Yeah, it
saying
was like
like he
his
does.
This old mate Ass Baby who died on after
Yeah.
bombing.
And so I won't say. Let's just say
Do
his
you have
last
the
name.
picture?
Yeah, his last
Hold
name's
on.
not Hastings.
Yeah,
but
let's
say
just
Hastings for the
say
second.
his last name is Hastings, but his name is Dudley. So it's
Hastings.
But he
Dudley
went by-
Hastings.
but it's been shortened to Dud Hastings on the thing, and you're just like, oh my god, what are the rest called? Like, not very good Hastings.
That's
It's
funny.
like
That's
Dud
funny.
Hastings, comic voice. Or
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Like,
That's funny.
Dud Hastings.
You've got to make that your next festival poster,
Dud
I think.
Hastings.
Yeah,
Dud
Dud
Hastings.
Hastings.
Maybe I will.
Even if just to warn people.
I won't. Don't worry. I won't be doing a festival show for some time.
Why? Why no?
Lost $6,000.
Oh, I don't even know. I don't want to. That's even sadder than just making fun of
Yeah,
you.
Melbourne last year lost me $6,000.
Fuck! Stop bumming everybody out. We've talked about Starship Troopers for a collective 18 seconds.
All right. There's like-
Bug Hunt at Outpost 9 is a terrible name. It's good
Oh.
they
It
It
changed
sounds like a porno.
It also
Yes.
sounds like the shitty sci-fi book that they should have. The names should be flipped.
Yeah.
Do you think the author of the book was just from Buenos Aires? That's why he said it there.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Because the movie, there's like, like,
Isn't
there's
he
nothing
German?
that places
Heinlein
it.
is like a
Yeah,
German
I think
name.
there's a
isn't it?
reason they
Maybe
But
he
they're
was-
they're in Buenos Aires, but they're all talking about going to Harvard.
Well, isn't
Well, maybe there's two more
Hold on.
Harvards.
Maybe.
There's a reason. It's because it's a parody. So it's like they're parodying like big military American propaganda culture stuff. But this is the future, so it's like it's also parodying Hollywood films of the genre. So it's been like it's all so American. So it's like it doesn't matter that they're not even American. We're still going to make it like. The joke is that they're still so American, even though they're
Yeah.
not even in America.
I don't agree with that at all.
I think it's interesting because like I saw this movie when I was young too, maybe like 11, and it was
In the Netherlands.
In the Netherlands, yes.
Oh,
And
Daddy, can I have a block of chocolate?
I saw it with Paul. I saw it with Paul Verhoeven.
Daddy, these
next
bugs
to
are scaring me.
yeah, and he was like,
Continue your story.
"Well, I sat next to
I
Paul."
saw it with the kid who used to stay with his grandparents next door to my grandparents' holiday house, and we went up to the backyard and blew up funnel holes afterwards.
Oh, that's sick.
yeah.
That story rules.
Yeah, I saw it with Paul Verhoeven. I kept calling him Daddy and asking for chocolate,
Yes,
and he was like, "If it makes you more
was like,
comfortable."
"Watch the movie."
Yeah, well, I was like, "I'm scared of the bugs, Peter," and he was like, "If it makes you feel more comfortable, you can eat the chocolate to watch the movie while I'm naked." And so he got naked.
God
Yeah.
damn.
And, no,
right
I-
down to his clogs.
yeah, he was only in clogs.
you leave the clogs on.
Yeah. But I watched it. Yeah, I watched it when I was 11, and it's interesting because I think I've been through like 3 iterations of this movie. Because when I was 11, like everyone from school was talking about it because it's this big,
Titties and
fucking
explosions.
super
Oh, yeah.
violent movie
So
with
violent.
with
So violent,
titties in
so
it.
horny.
Yeah, so you don't get any of the nuance at all, and you're just like, this is the fucking movie I've got to see. It's the sickest thing
Yeah.
ever. You see it. It was maybe like it.
I
almost-
loved it when I was a kid.
Yeah, almost
I loved
like-
it as much.
Special effects.
Almost
for
like-
97.
yeah.
It looks great. It's aged great. It's aged great.
I had such a good time watching it.
I would say like it was
Yeah.
almost
Do you-
too
do-
much for me when I was 11 because like
Oh,
it was
yeah,
a
it's like
little,
sensory overload.
Yeah.
Like not like scary, but I was like, fuck, there's
It's
a lot
kind of
fucking
just there's
going on
heaps of
here.
shit that's just like overly disturbing in it.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
man, the fucking brain bug.
Oh,
thing,
yeah,
that is
that's
the most
fucked up.
disgusting shit I've
That's
ever.
really
It's got a
fucked
pussy
up.
and a dick
Oh,
in its
the
face.
sound effect of it getting sucked
Oh.
out is real gross.
The way it's like it's fucking its own face.
It's
kind of.
awesome.
It's
It's
so
so
wild.
awesome.
It's kind of cool to see that dude get his head brain.
Suck
stem.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, that's what you get for punching Johnny Rico, bozo.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude.
For fucking
like-
stealing his piece.
Denise Richards.
Yeah.
I like that.
Denise Richards is just so
Oh, my
beautiful.
word.
Biggest
I
crime
think
of the
Denise
movie is that
Richards-
they didn't manage to get Denise Richards an
No,
agent.
Denise
no.
Richards
Wild
is
Things is the only
fine.
movie that has that privilege.
Yeah, I know.
And that's why
We
you know, I
will
watch it
do
every week.
Wild Things with you later.
Yeah.
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 But,
Wild Things
yeah.
or like
Final Fantasy VII remake.
yeah, Advent
Yeah.
Children, whatever.
Or like
But
some
Wild
kind of like
Things is gonna be
hentai
such a
parody
weird-
of Final
Yes.
Fantasy.
Wild Things is going to be such a weirdly disjointed episode because about every 5 minutes we're going to have a break so we can all go into separate rooms and jerk off.
We're not even watching the movie, just talking about it. Just be like,
I need
and
a
then
break."
they kissed. Uh-oh.
I've got to go to the bathroom quickly.
Hey, here's my impression of Hastings during the break while you're all jerking off. Hey, I'm jerking off too, guys. Yeah, I can get a boner as well, and I'm also coming.
He's
Ooh,
just not
that Denise
touched
Richards surely does it for me.
I also love that Nev Campbell.
Yeah, and then I think I saw it when I was 16, and you kind of, like, it's your, like, baby's first satire, and you're like, this movie is fucking genius.
Yeah.
And then you, like, watch it at 33, and you're just like, oh, yeah, it's pretty good satire, but, like, it still fucking owns. Like, it's
I've
fun.
really only
It
ever
owns
treated
so
it as like a
hard.
dumb, violent action movie.
What about the
Do you know-
scene where he's getting whipped? That's so sick.
Oh, yeah,
it looks
yeah.
incredible.
Again, that bozo's head exploded.
Yeah.
yeah,
But that
yeah,
guy's
yeah.
a fucking piece of shit. Can't
Yeah.
even wear a helmet correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
can't
Fuck.
see. Every time I watch
deserved
this
to die.
movie, yeah, he did.
The way they make
Yeah,
the
because he fucking busted up
You
Johnny
think this
Rico's
shit would
back.
fly when you're on Clandathu fighting the bugs?
Yeah, you think you're
Also,
going to make
I-
it to the Roughnecks with a bad
No,
helmet?
sir.
I don't think I'd seen this since that age. Old mate fucking Carver from The Wire.
yeah.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
I've never seen The Wire. Who does he play? Is that Doogie
What's he
Howser?
called? Sugar
Yeah,
something?
he's the
Sugar
black guy
Watkins?
that dies at the end by sacrificing
Oh, yeah,
himself.
yeah.
The
It's
way
got quite a cast on it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's
Yeah.
got,
Is
like-
Amy Smart, isn't it? For like
Yeah,
10
and so is
seconds?
Hank from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Michael Ironside.
Michael
is in
Ironside
it.
fucking
He
rules.
Old mate from Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Clancy Brown, I think
Yeah,
his
yeah,
name
that's
is.
his
W-
name.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's him.
And fucking Jake Busey
Yeah.
rules in
Yeah,
this.
Jake Busey.
and yeah,
Frightened
Doogie-
is
and
another great
Doogie Howser
movie.
is one of the main characters.
Yeah,
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 Doogie
yeah.
Howser.
Dina Meyer, who, if you look her up, is just as beautiful today.
Who's Dina Meyer?
Dina Meyer is Diz.
Dizzy.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dizzy
yeah, yeah,
is...
yeah.
You know, she's my dream girl. She was my dream girl when I was 12.
Did
and
you
I-
watch her guest arc on Friends when she was in it?
No, I don't watch Friends. I watch TV shows that aren't stupid and lame.
I-
Okay, you watch Caroline in the City. Fine.
Yeah.
I remembered her from Friends as Kate.
Yeah, she was-
Oh, that Dizzy Flores, she does it for me.
This
Hell yeah.
this must have been one of the first things that Neil Patrick Harris did post Doogie Howser.
Post Doogie?
I believe it is one of his first PD roles.
Yeah,
must have
yeah.
been. Yeah.
And look at the things he went on to do. Gone
And he's-
Girl.
Yeah. He's also
that's
not great in
End
this
of
movie.
list.
No, because he's like a
He's like
child.
weird. He's weird in this movie.
Well, that's
He's
Yeah.
supposed to be
I wanna
weird, I
break
think.
up.
I think
Yeah.
he played that character well.
Well, I think
Something
everyone's
else I wanna-
supposed to act bad in
Yes,
this
But I
movie.
like,
absolutely.
but I like that they had like to like, so you don't get confused by his insane career progression. They have to like really telegraph it. It's
Yeah.
not like, oh, you'll probably be my
Yeah,
boss
yeah,
in
yeah.
like 2 weeks.
Yeah. I was thinking that during the very last scene when they're like, when it feels like us three all together, things feel like they're going to be okay. And I was like, it feels like you were last together like 4 days ago. You're all in charge of the
These
army
guys-
now.
Yeah, it's like that guy became a lieutenant in a week.
Yeah, this is crazy.
The way Rico's character is like they do it's such good satire. I think like he's the perfect like action movie
That
military
jaw.
hero.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
That Joe,
the-
what's his
the
name?
progression-
Casper Van Dien.
Casper Van Dien.
Casper Van.
He's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
perfectly cast for that because he's a Ken doll.
cast as well.
Oh my
but also
God,
Just like the way
that-
it's written, I think like they represent the whole representation. Like the pedo director, not pedo. What's his name? Pervert director does a great job.
He might be a pedo. We don't know.
A lot of
who's to
directors
say?
are pedophiles.
Yeah,
Brian
yeah,
Singer.
yeah.
I'm
Not-
afraid to
not-
say it. I don't give a shit.
Dude, you won't get cast on Superman Returns.
Oh,
is that
please.
right? Come on.
I want to
dude.
be Bizarro. Bad day. Look at that. Who could do that better?
No one. I think you just won the
But
audition.
something else that's just, I feel like it doesn't fit the satire. It doesn't really fit the setting. They just kind of threw it in there. I don't know if it's in the books. But Doogie Howser is like a psychic. And I guess
Yeah.
there are
So weird.
psychic people in this universe.
Yeah, there's also like a bit where it's like, are you a psychic? Like, one of their
Yeah.
ads is
Because
like,
they're around. You
'Cause
could,
I was-
you could be
just
one.
for exposition's sake, you should know that there are psychics.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't
So it's
sure.
not so weird when Barney Stinson is one.
I wasn't sure how much of that is supposed to be like A, this is the next step of human evolution, or B, like, we don't actually know if any of the people are psychics.
But he
because,
is
like,
psychic.
Yeah,
There's
but
so
like,
much evidence.
but like
if
he
it's-
gives like
maybe
Rico
you're
that
you're a non-believer.
he gives that Rico he gives Rico like that guessing game thing, and it's just
and then he
like
tells him where.
But maybe if it's like a satire or whatever, like it's probably supposed to be a cheeky nod of like, oh, look at this convenient plot line.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah. The bit at the end where Neil Patrick Harris is like, it's scared, and they all cheer and shit.
Oh, yeah,
that's so
man, that's a
funny.
great scene.
That's so funny.
What about how their drill instructor is the guy who did it?
Yeah, and at the
Yeah,
end, 'cause
yeah,
they make that
yeah.
joke, they really telegraph it where he's like, the only way
You'd have
you're
to be
seeing
busted
battle, you
back
get
down to private.
Bust yourself down to
Ooh,
private.
I can't wait to see how this turns out for all instructor
And
Zim.
literally the line he has is, great job, Lieutenant. Oh, actually, it's private.
Yeah,
Like,
and then he salutes him.
it's so sick.
Something else that I thought was funny about that scene was they were like, it wasn't a new weapon, it wasn't a whole army, it was a drill instructor called Zim. But it's like, wait, what'd he do?
you don't actually
what
see
did
it.
he
It's off
do?
screen.
Like-
He put
I
a
don't
big
understand.
net on the brain.
That's what he just threw it
yeah,
on the
it's
brain.
literally
bug?
off
Oh
screen.
shit!
The big war hero moment is you don't even see it.
Yeah.
I think that's even funnier.
It's
though.
hilarious. And it's such a like, all right, who could, it's like a, oh, let's say Mo moment. It's
Yeah, like you
let's
almost,
get their character
you
before.
almost, they almost do it, but you almost want them to like
What
look
episode
and
is that
cock
from?
their heads and go
The-
Zim.
All right.
Like
I,
that would have been perfect for it.
Were you looking at all those scenes in the Badlands on the Bug Planet, thinking like, damn, dude, I could do some sick bouldering over there.
No, he only boulders indoors.
Yeah,
Oh,
really.
that's
This is
true,
what
yeah,
that
yeah,
terrified.
But he could boulder at basic training.
That's
no,
true.
No with bugs chasing
Yeah.
him around.
I actually was thinking, I was like, damn, this kind of looks like the Gulf War. Wonder if that's on purpose.
Yeah.
Gulf War 1.
I don't know. I wasn't there at the.
I mean, it
Gulf
was shot
War.
in Wyoming.
Yeah, I didn't
so-
do my first tour.
Probably not.
Yeah,
there.
they wouldn't.
It
they
looks.
wouldn't
It
take
He
looks
wouldn't let me
deserty.
in then.
I think it's deliberately looking like the Gulf War.
Do you really? Because it's quite like
It's set in the
mountainous.
desert. It's like
I think
desert
deserts
rock.
just look like alien planets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not.
You're right.
Because
Not
even
in-
Clan-
So you think-
both the alien planets,
Right.
one of them Clandatha, which is desert at
So you
night.
think
and then
that
the other
when-
one is desert during the day.
When they were
Yeah.
making an entire multi-million-dollar budget film that's entirely a parody of war and propaganda and war films,
It's
it
also
didn't
just a sick
occur to them
movie.
that their set looked a lot like the most recent war in American history.
I don't think so.
I think
no.
it occurred
yeah.
to someone.
Nah, I don't
No.
think it did.
I don't think it
I think
did.
they were like, oh, let's shoot in Arizona.
That feels a
I
little
have cousins
too
that
on the
live there.
nose,
Yes.
you know?
Not that I know that they shot in Arizona. I don't know where they shot this movie.
Yeah.
Actually.
Wyoming.
Really? There's desert in Wyoming.
I think so.
I
Wyoming
don't
says
think
it
it's
is.
shot in
All
Iraq.
I know is that it's where that 70s show was set. That's
Is it
That's
really?
Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
Wisconsin.
shit, I'm a
Yeah,
dumb
yeah.
fucking
Dumb.
idiot.
All right,
You are
you're
a dumb
out.
fucking idiot.
Go outside.
You're in an 11-minute timeout. Oh wait, that's how much of the podcast there is left.
How long is the total episode? This is what
An
people
hour.
want to
like
we
hear.
an
got 10
hour.
minutes left.
I see,
Kind of
I
like
see.
as long as we feel.
Well, I didn't want to talk about.
Here you go. It's
Oh,
shot
here
in
we
the
go.
Badlands of Hell's Half Acre in Natrona County in Wyoming.
Wow.
the Badlands.
Has
That's
there?
cool.
Can you find out if anything else has been shot there? I bet it's all alien planets.
Can you find out if
gonna
it's
make me
meant to
look it up.
be?
I'm hoping it's Jarhead.
Can you
Oh,
find out
yeah.
if
That
it's
would
meant to
make
be
me look
based
like
on
a
the
It would
war?
really vindicate me here.
If it's meant to be
Yes.
based on the book.
On the Iraq War, so we can vindicate Hastings.
I read the whole page the other day and I don't recall
It's
seeing
no
more
Iraq War
based on the
stuff.
script. The book's more just where they got the names from.
No, I'm saying, is the like? Can we find out if the scenery is based on your theory?
How
Oh,
can we
right.
even find that out?
How would
Like
you find
director's
that?
commentary?
Let's call- let's-
Obviously
It
is,
seems
though.
to only.
Let's
it seems
call
to
Paul
say
right
that-
now.
It's a war movie set in the
Let's-
desert, filmed in 1997. Of course,
Let me
it's
call
deliberate.
Paul
It
right now.
seems to only say that Starship
Let me
Troopers
call-
has been
I
filmed there.
can't-
Let me call Paul right now.
It's crazy that we have to have this.
Do you want me to call Paul?
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
call
call
Paul.
him.
All right. Hey, Paul, how's it going?
Oh, hi. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. It's
I
good.
hate it when Paul comes on the podcast.
Yeah.
It really
Hey,
creeps
shut
me
your
out.
mouth. I'm here to give my expertise. You're talking about my great movie that came out in the 90s, Starship Troopers.
Yeah, we love all your movies, Paul.
Oh, thank you. I've made many good movies.
Rose especially loves Showgirls, I
Oh,
believe.
yes. That's one of my steamiest movies that I've made.
I
I
like-
got steamy watching it.
I like Hollow Man because you get to see Kevin Bacon's penis go invisible.
Yes,
That's pretty
yes,
good.
that's a pretty good one. Why are you calling me?
Oh yeah, sorry, I got distracted. My friend Andrew, who's on the podcast with me, you familiar with Andrew Hastings? Have you listened to the podcast before?
Oh, 9.
Oh, okay. Well, Hastings made the point because it's kind of like the movie as a whole is kind of a satire of war.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you impressed that we got that?
It's cool that you got that. You guys really looked deep into this movie that I've made.
Yeah, we
Would
did.
you like to read some of your own quotes to answer some of Jamie's
Certainly,
questions?
who doesn't love a trip down memory lane? This entire paragraph. Here we go. War makes fascists of us all. That is something that I have said, and I agree with that. But what was this Hastings? What was his
Well, do you
theory?
want me to put Hastings on the line?
Nine.
No,
I
you don't-
only talk to you. You seem.
I agree. I think you should.
All right. Well, Hastings thinks that basically, because you know the setting of Clandathu and the other planet, they're deserts.
Yes.
Is that in any way based on the most recent war in Iraq that happened?
Right, yes. I remember when we were planning these scenes, I remember a lot about the planning and the shooting and all the thoughts I was having at the time. And I think that
This is actually quite a good German accent, Paul.
anybody who drew
What are you
any
talking
conclusions between
Dutch.
those scenes in Clandathu and anything happening in the Middle East at that time, I think that they might have some form of mental retardation.
Paul!
That's just my theory. Who sees...
I don't know if they say that
Who
R
sees these
word in
starship?
Holland.
Who
but
sees these Starship troopers fighting big bug and think, "Oh, this is Saddam"? That's what's happening. It's a big fucking idiots. That's who. And I hung up.
Can I
Damn,
help to answer
Paul
the question?
fucking is rough.
Can I help to answer the question? So I've found.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I found in the thing. So as he said, Verhoeven said, "War makes fascists of us all." He evoked Nazi Germany's fashion, iconography, and propaganda because
Because
he
I
saw it
know
as a natural
Neil Patrick
evolution
Harris is
of the
wearing
United
it.
States
Yeah.
after World War II,
Totally.
and especially after the Korean War. I've heard this film nicknamed "All Quiet on the Final Frontier." He said, which is actually not far from the truth.
Who coined that?
I don't know.
Who is the cool guy?
Playing with fascism or fascist imagery to point out certain aspects of American society. Of course, the movie is about let's all go to war and let's all die.
Yeah, totally.
That's kind of what
I think
Paul
it's
said.
just
No mention of Iraq.
So I think the answer of that is just it looks like an alien planet.
We have his answer. We heard what he
Dumbest
said.
cunts, if you think that
We
wasn't a
heard what
deliberate
Paul
thing.
said, and I think we should take his word to
Yeah,
heart.
Paul kind of implied that there was something wrong with your brain
Yeah.
chemistry.
Oh my lord! Have me committed then. Institutionalize me.
I
please.
genuinely think it's just because it like the rock. Like, if you look up more photos of it, which I just did, like the rock formations and that look very alien.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're
Maybe it's a popular shooting location.
when you're
Yeah.
watching, let me think of a good comparison.
All right, how long do you want us to sit quietly for you?
All right, Jamie, do another funny voice.
What? I just did a funny voice for like 38 minutes, it felt like. It
I'll
was
do another
exhausting.
funny voice for no apparent reason.
There you go. That'll tide people over. Jamie hasn't said
I don't
anything
think it
about
was set in Iraq at all.
How good is the Futurama episode based on this?
Oh, yeah. Is that based on Starship Troopers?
Yeah, yeah.
The one
Is
that
that-
has the MASH
The
parody.
war
in it?
is the
Yeah.
H
That's
word
yeah, funny.
or whatever
the
it
MASH parody's
is.
hilarious.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And this ham gum is all bones.
I love the like
Just a
having
great
to
line.
wind the wind the
Yeah.
guns.
yeah.
Let's not bounce off the handle. But yeah, I love Starship Troopers.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's one of my favorite movies.
What's the I don't know, I guess like the design or whatever of like the big like propaganda things. There's a bit where it like says like war and it's the whole screen and the war's on fire.
Yeah.
I was there like
Aren't they like
on my
direct?
couch just been like
Aren't they
sick.
kind of like shot for shot parodies of like Lenny Riefenstahl's
Yeah.
shit
Yeah,
or
I'm pretty
whatever?
sure
I
they
read
are.
about that. I think the opening propaganda video
Yeah.
is a shot-for-shot remake of a Riefenstahl propaganda video,
Yeah.
which is either very cool and hip or really not cool, Paul. Dude. I don't know what
that-
side you
was
fall
that-
on.
It's
Nazi?
cool.
No.
It's
Who's
cool if he did it in the nude.
Did I read that he's a Holocaust survivor? I think I did.
Who
Is
knows?
he?
Who,
I don't know.
Who's this artist you're referencing?
Paul Verhoeven, like the director.
Like the
No,
director.
the guy who he's parodying this.
Lenny
Lenny
Riefenstahl.
Yeah, who's that?
She was a filmmaker for the Nazi Party.
Yeah, so that's who, when I said are they a Nazi? That's who I
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
right.
but she
So
was-
yes, it was Nazi propaganda.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I'm on board now. I didn't do modern history in high school. I only did ancient history.
I see. Well, that's pretty useful.
Yeah. Do you guys
Where
remember
is this vase from?
the answer's either Greece or Rome.
Yeah, sick.
Sometimes Egypt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys know what Macedonia is?
Mhm.
It's Greece.
It's a country.
yeah, it's
That's
just
where Alexander
What about
the Great was
Cyprus?
from.
it's just Greece. It's all Greece. That whole continent's Greece.
Grace is the word.
Yeah, that's true. What do you guys think about the film Greece?
That's not
We
my episode.
we were gonna
I won't
do
talk
it
about
for this because it was
Oh, yeah, that makes
parodied
sense,
for
actually.
not another teen
Can we
movie.
can we just do good movies?
Yeah.
It was so much better.
This
watching
movie
Starship Troopers.
basically, I think this Starship Troopers borders on being a teen movie. The first, like,
I think it is.
20 minutes
I think
are a
it
high
is.
school movie.
It's teen stuff. There's sex.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like
Definitely a comedy.
and like everyone I knew was like obsessed with it. when I was a
Everyone's
teenager.
motivated by who they want to pork in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
that's
I like
true,
that
actually.
when he gets his first promotion, he's immediately to the girl he's been like hooking up with, being like, "Hey, don't make me pull rank on you."
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
But that's when it's part of the satire. He falls into the military like system so well. Like he's so
Yeah.
suited to it. He's like the
Yes.
perfect hero. It's so sick.
Well, he's so handsome.
He's so handsome.
He's got a very
jacked
square
up as
jaw.
well.
I did want to talk about this. There was a scene in this movie that really upset me when I was a kid. It still upsets me when I watch it, and it's because that scene where Rico and Dizzy finally have sex.
Yes.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
steamy. Even the commander's like, "Oh, hey, take 20 minutes."
Get it
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, yeah. And hey, I think Rico should have been like, "No, I'm fine with 10."
Yeah, I thought that would be like,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
we could get it about 10 in. fucking-
Yes,
in
20. That's how
minutes,
much time we need.
Yeah.
But and then in like 11 minutes later, movie time, she gets
She
impaled
dies.
through the chest, and it's really upsetting. And then her last words, she's like dying and like choking up blood and shit, and she's just like, "At least I got to have you." I
Yeah.
was like, these are the horniest people in any movie.
It's a
I've
very
ever.
Hastings death scene.
Yeah.
It's just like you're
Dude,
holding.
that's how you're gonna
Yeah,
die.
like holding Hastings and Hastings
So
like
busted.
Yeah.
we fucked, yo.
That was pretty hot, right?
Remember that
Yeah,
time?
but
we
it's
did
such
it?
it's so minimizing of the female character be just
Oh,
like, my
totally.
one life's goal was to fuck the Ken.
Yeah.
Get that day.
No,
Yeah,
I
but I
may as
guess-
well get killed by
No,
this.
because that's true and not true. But did you hear the trivia also that like the original test screenings they made it
killed the opposites or
no
something?
they made it more overt that Denise Richards was like dumping Rico to like be a career woman, and test audience was like, we don't buy it. Like
Yeah.
they were just
Wait,
like,
why? I don't
they were like a
understand.
woman choosing her career over a good man.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so like they had to
How
change
could they
it.
make it
shit.
more overt? Like she essentially just says that.
Yeah, she does that stupid speech where she's like, "Look at how beautiful it is out here." Anyway, I'm dumping you.
Yeah. So I mean that's
Give me
not really
credit.
minimizing. Like all the people on that are like mostly the commanding officer's a woman. She gets torn apart though.
She gets
Amy,
ripped in half by
Amy,
Yeah, she also
Saw.
dies.
yeah.
Yeah.
Amy Smart's there for some reason.
Amy Smart. There's a lot of female
I have
soldiers.
a story for after the pod based on that.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's not
steamy.
particularly much of a story.
Could be a
but,
horny one.
Someone's got a big
God.
dick, it sounds like.
Really?
I don't see the guy having a big dick.
He's talking about me.
Let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Are we wrapping it up?
Yeah.
Do we have? Do we just finish it? Or
I
is
felt like
there-
that was a natural end. No,
No,
we have
some
oh,
wrap up
Yep,
stuff.
nothing more natural than just saying "let's end."
No, we do have
Let's-
do you
we have a sign
end.
off.
Yeah.
do you want to plug anything?
Oh, well, if you're in Sydney, every Wednesday night at the Oxford Tavern.
Yeah, plug away.
Yeah, there's a very fun open mic.
come
Readers
do that
Readers
tomorrow?
Comedy Club. Hastings is not. He won't be on. So you come down. That'll be a great time for you and your friends.
I'm doing Melbourne Comedy Festival. It's the whole run, Tuesday to Saturday at 6 p.m, Sundays at 5 p.m. at Mantra. It's called Goddess. Please come to that. And Sydney Comedy Festival, May 6th, May 8th, 9:30 p.m, Factory Theatre. It's the same show. I'd love it if you bought tickets. About 2 people have bought tickets for Sydney already, which is nice of you.
Wow.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm assuming it was Elliot, one of our favorite listeners. But
You'd assume wrong.
You the realist, Elliot.
but also for updates and all that shit, follow me, Rose Alice Piper on Twitter, Instagram, Rose Piper on Facebook.
Oh, right.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Andrew Hastings. Come.
But it's cool if you want to ignore this part. It's not a big deal.
I haven't got anything particularly big coming up.
Oh,
Just follow me on Instagram and Twitter and shit, and see what I'm up to. Come see me. I'm very good at comedy, despite what Jamie says.
both the Jamies.
Both
and
Jamies.
A bunch
And
of
me.
other people.
No.
Jamie, what do you got going on?
I'm about to start my roller derby team. I think that's going to be pretty fun.
What's your roller derby name?
Gogo Lacroix is my name, and I'm about to just fucking own some people on the court, field, arena, maybe even.
I think it's the field.
Is it?
No,
Is it
I was
arena?
thinking- I was thinking
Rink.
of indoor hockey.
Rank, probably.
Yeah, probably the rink.
Yeah.
It's just a guess.
Just fucking owning people in the rink. That's
Yeah.
all.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah. We end all.
We've got to start briefing people.
We end all these episodes by saying to the next ep. So to the next ep.
To the next step.
To the next step.
I want to hear about this dick story.
Yeah.